Oh, and I should be on that one. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to FTB Skies. Now I did say, I think last week, that I might go back to... Oh wait, as it started. I'll just start again anyway, just in case. Hey guys, Iron Phoenix here and welcome to FTB Skies. Now I think I did say last week that I was going to be doing some more Starfield, but I'm not. I can talk a little bit more about Starfield. I've not had a great week. I have done a bit more Starfield, and what I'm actually having a problem with at the moment is the sheer number of quests, and this seems like a really weird thing to have a problem with, but it just becomes... It's coming out a bit overwhelming, actually. I want to get my quest logged down, and every time I visit a city, it's like, okay, I've got my quest logged down by 1. But I've picked up 10 more quests while I've been here, and it's like, oh, for goodness sake. Just stop with the quests, please. And doing the mainline quest as well. It's like, right, I've got that one out of the way. Right, I've now got 2 more quests to do on top of the 3 more. It's just... it's certainly a game that, yeah, there's a lot of quests to do. And I've been doing some of it and whatever. But I've also been, as my sort of... there's basically sort of 3 games that I play each evening. You know, I get home from work, fire up some Minecraft, play a bit of Minecraft for a bit, eat, do a little bit of Fortnite, and then after that I'll usually play, either go back to Minecraft, or I might do a bit of Starfield at the moment, or 7 Days to Die, or something along those lines. Just sort of just something that's not about automation, and something that's not necessarily about shooting things, but maybe a little bit of both. Just sort of something to wind down with, really. Yeah. So I've been building this up. It's just something that is reasonably nice and easy because I've got a good amount of choice of things that I can do. But I will give you a tour again because things have changed. So I went to the end with all my best gear and died. So all my best gear is currently in the end, which is a bit of a problem because I can't get... Well, I could get to the end, but I don't want to die again with all my best stuff until I'm ready, which is why Mechanism has... It's undergoing a bit of an upgrade at the moment. So let's start with Mechanism. So, just see. Oh, that's not got any fuel, is it? Oh... let me see, what am I probably out of? I'm probably out of yellow cake, to be fair. I thought they filled that up. Right, Elytra time. I hate the Elytra. Right, what's not being put through the system? Yellow cake. Run out of uranium. Fine. I will quickly go and fill that up, because I kind of need that. I need as much yellow cake going through that as possible. Uranium. Right. Well, we can do some bits down here as well. So I have started using the motors, the create motors for various bits and pieces, like down here, and for some of the bits down in the industrial area. Slowly that's actually being upgraded, because I was going to kind of pull all the material over that way and then put it through a single, maybe a couple of those. What I quickly realised is that actually I'm going to be processing so much that every ore that I'm producing is going to need its own processing facility, so I may as well just put the processing down there and then work out a way to get it up to here. This particular room is slowly diminishing in use because every so often I move something either down there or up to the other hut. So yeah, that's the thing that's slowly happening. I need that. I need my enriching facility for... I need to get rid of some of the stuff that I've got on me. I've been doing some bees, which is why I've got eggs in my inventory. And there is a reason why I'm doing bees, because I don't want to be doing as much Britannia again. We'll get there. Right, so we'll get this on And I'll just grab some yellow cake out of this. Let's do this for a bit. So while that's doing that anyway, so yeah, so as I said, all of this is changing around. This will kind of get a bit longer and bit cleaner. I'm slowly upgrading various parts of the base at the moment. So yes, right, that should be done enough. 40 should be fine. Right, time to fly with my elytra once more. I'm really bad at the elytra, but I don't have a jetpack because I lost it. So anyway, so the yellow cake goes in there. So I've replaced an awful lot of the sort of long pipe work with quantum angular, these things. The reason for that is that I would love to be able to use fluid tanks to move things around, but I can't because quite a lot of this stuff is considered gas, and gas is not fluid, so gas does not go into the fluid tanks, which means that it's best to just use quantum angular porters to put things around. Now that setup currently makes all my fissile fuel. Yes, I died here a lot because I was moving this around and causing radiation damage as a result. The downside is this stuff is decaying unless I can get the reactor running again properly. It's a whole thing. But yes, so the reactor creates power still, all of that is normal. This is creating material, plutonium and polonium, so that I can build this. Now this is the SPS. It's really expensive. Each one of these blocks needs 4 polonium and 1 plutonium, as well as plastic. 4 plastic. So yeah, this is really expensive and it's going to take a bit of a time to put this together. But the benefit of doing this is that out of this I get antimatter. And out of antimatter I get a jetpack that is capable of creative flight that runs on energy rather than on hydrogen, which is what the other jetpack does. Once I've got that, I can then fully upgrade my mecha suit and go and murder a dragon. Because I've got a bit of a bone to pick with that dragon. Right, so most of this was cleared out. Yeah, put in these fluid extractors for latex. There's loads of latex now. Obviously I've been working on bees. I mentioned I was working on bees, so there's a few more bees things. I need to work on Britannia, but currently this, if I just roam through this grove, this is my Britannia setup. It's terrible, and most of that is because I'm not a big fan of Britannia. I find it's one of those mods that you have to do a lot with to really get the output out. You can't really automate it quite in the same way that you can do with something like Create. With Create, I'll splash myself in the face with some water. With Create, I can build a machine step by step and I can see it working. I can't do that with Britannia. It's pretty much all or nothing, and I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of Britannia these days. I think the problem is that it's become a staple mod, which is why I'm doing bees instead. And it may seem like a strange choice to go down the bee route, but there is a reason for this. Bees can be made to do all the stuff that an awful lot of these other mods can do. It can actually, the bees in theory will allow me to shortcut several processing methods that you require for some of these mods to work, which is really, really useful when you need a lot of a thing. So if I go down to here, Must Universe, So I've got my drenched iron, which I did by hand, and my pink slime ingots, which I also did by hand, pretty much. There's a small amount of automation, but yeah. The elementium ingots, I need 256 of these. Now, these are made by doing mana steel, so I need 1024 iron to do that. Or I could just get a whole bunch of bees to do it for me. That's kind of the way that I kind of want to go. So I'm thinking elementium bees would probably be the way to go. I am sort of automating the insightful crystals with bees, because the bees create the experience that bottles that turn that into that. So I really do need to make sure that I've got bees that can handle some of these things, like terrasteel, dash. I don't know if I can do dash bees. Let's have a look. Yep, I can do dash bees. I'll need a dash block and a steel bee to do that, but yeah, I can do dash bees. So bees are going to have to get quite big, because unlike gendustry, you need live bees to do things. It's a whole thing, and they're creating gene samples, which are creating. I can then use gene samples to create bees, so that I can breed them and all sorts of fun things. So bees are my big thing at the moment. Though today, I'm thinking mechanism needs a bit more love. Yeah, because I am intentionally now avoiding doing Britannia stuff for as long as I possibly can get away with it. So I want to breed bees until I can get the iron bee that I can use to turn it into a mana steel bee, and then get loads of mana steel. But yeah, this area needs a little bit of work. There is somewhere an elevator that I could stop using the elytra for. Right, so what was this all for? It's the thing. Remembering what it was all for. Ah, yes, I know what I need to do. I need to start setting up for ore production. Yep, that's a thing. I need more elevators. I need to finish this area. So much stuff needs to do it. But so I moved sulfur down here. Again, it all links back to the whole mechanism stuff. Is not necessarily easy to transport because it's considered gas. Oh god, this all needs sorting. This all needs fixing. Right, we're fixing this today. I should have all the resources to fix all of this. Because all of this is just jammed up. I need a pile of filters. Let's start with pile of filters first. Oh god, I always hate taking off. And in fact using elytras. I should note that this also needs charging. I'll quickly do that. The last thing I want this to do is run out of charge mid-flight. So this is the flux infused elytra with the flux infused elytra controller. Essentially, it is a version of the elytra and the rockets. The Mega Suit's pants are really low because they are currently my way of not dying, I think. So it's basically the same way as the elytra with the rockets, except I just have a controller to boost myself in the correct direction. They're really cool. It's a good version of an elytra, though you do have to watch your energy, obviously. Right. So what did I need? Whole pile of filters. That's what I needed. And I need the list filter. need some more wool. I also made these shears. I don't know when I made these shears, but basically it's just increases the amount of wool that I get out of a sheep. All my animals died, so I need to replenish those as well. Again, I was attempting to clean up the mechanism area and cause a whole bunch of radiation, which is something that we can definitely talk about. The radiation in mechanism isn't very well done. In my opinion, there's no sort of mitigations that you can do for it, and it's just I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of it. Right, so that needs that one, and that one needs gunpowder. Gunpowder, and that goes onto the deny list. Right, that's that one. Oh no, that does not go on. It's not there. It goes here. So the idea of this is that basically what I'm saying to the system is that the things that are on the list, they pass through. Things that the things that are not on the list pass through, and things that are on the list are automatically going to be shoved over this way or that way. The reason that I'm doing this is because the system, when it gets backlogged, it will basically, if I don't have these things, it will push some of it forwards and some of it to the side, which is not what I want, because it's just going to backlog the entire system, because there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff down here that actually should have been put up in the system ages ago. So there's that. Bone meal, should bone meal be down here? Yes. Yeah, that's right, because I had bone meal slip through. I would rather have bone meal cutting down here rather than up here. You see, and that's basically kind of what happens when the system's freed up. Right, so bone meal is going to be pulled out of here. What's coming out this side? Redstone. And I bet you I've got a whole bunch of redstone in these, in one of these. Yeah. So it's just kind of slipped through. So redstone, bone meal, block that. I need so many more filters than this. What I need to do is now kill these animals until I can get actual sheep. Reason being that this area, there we go, can only summon a certain amount of stuff. Right, get this in, and throw all this stuff in my kitchen. Some modifications I do. I would put it into here, but this isn't quite working properly at the moment. Basically, I think it might be a chunk loading thing. I don't know, but when this basically breaks whenever I load into the game, this network it's either broken. It's a bit annoying. Right, so we should be able to share some sheep. What I will do at some point is just hook that into the main system, or even just make it the main system. You know, it's something that can happen. See, that energetic pink wool won't actually. Oh, the other way I can do it is, of course, string, because we'll have loads of flax sitting around. Because I put in these 2 farms and they get me so much stuff. Yeah, I've got enough for all the wool in the world. There you go. Really, all that needs to be processed, but I've not quite gotten around to all of that yet. There's a lot of just stuff that I need to automate still. It's slowly getting better, especially with the use of all the motors that I'm slowly sort of putting in to replace some of these wind turbines and all that sort of thing. Right, okay. So glowstone and blaze needs a go through. That's bone meal. Yeah, blaze, and again, you know, there'll be a whole bunch of stuff. So glowstone, blaze. 2, 3. That one can actually be, I think, be pulled out. Which again, less strain on the system. In fact, yeah, so everything in here needs to basically be refiltered. This needs to be moved back. Yeah, because I've got nothing that's going through that system, I don't think. Where's my... Skystone would probably be the thing that should have been going through this system all along. There's a way I can pull out just the bone meal from there. That's fine. I'm not worried about that at the moment. Oh, no, stop trying to move that down. System can be a little bit annoying. Right, okay, all that is that. So now we just need to move all of this stuff, make sure that it's all getting to their actual destination. So we stand here and we just start chopping all of this stuff off. I would love to actually get rid of some more of this stuff, so I can... The item vaults can contain multiple things, which is useful because, yeah. I've got a lot of stuff on each of these belts that don't need to be there. But I think the system is now working, at least. So what will happen is this will be the processing floor. So anything that I think I need a lot of, so something like white bone meal could be converted into white dye. But I'll also need some bone meal, so it would be pulled out of there as bone meal, and also as bone meal, but one side would be converted into white dye. And then I'd keep some store of that. Something like blaze powder, what I could do is auto craft it with some slime balls from up there. And make sure that I've got plenty of, in theory, it could go through an entire chain of this is how we are making obsidian. Because I can use a combination of blaze powder and slime balls to make obsidian. So, yeah, that's also an avenue that I can make as well. And what I also need is a landing pad. Like I've got on that one. Actually, no, it's on the sand one. I've got a landing pad for my elytra. Oh dear! There we go. No doubt. I don't need that. Always worth keeping a feral flare on me. I found. At the moment, just coming in through here because it's a useful hole. Right, let's get these all this sent through the system. What I will also need to do is add in this version downstairs as well, but I'm not doing that at the moment. So this needs a little bit more work on it yet, and that one it's not making anything that I desperately need a lot of, whereas with quite a lot of this stuff I do need a lot more of this than you would expect. Why? Oh, I got rid of the filters. Well, actually no, because nothing but sulfur should be coming through here now. This should be pretty much clear. Redstone. Right. Moving on back down to the last one. Empty that. As empty as possible. The only thing I want to see coming through here, in which I could probably just remove this and have this as one long line down to, that would probably be better. Or even move this back, so I've got a little bit more room. Actually, can I? Yeah, I can, because the only thing coming through here should be sulfur, which will be going into this item vault here. That should be that. Bring on the date that I can have a jetpack back. Let's not put appetite in there. I can get stuff out of these, but it's a bit of a hassle. Right. I don't think there's a huge amount of stuff that I necessarily need from dust, to be fair. Sulfur, you know, like appetite, there's not actually a huge amount of use for appetite. But what I could do with appetite is, at the very least, squish it down into blocks so that it's not quite so big. Right, that barrel's clear, that barrel's clear, this barrel's not. Where's gunpowder going? This way. What I think I will also want to do is have placards up above each one of these, because it's quite difficult to work out which one's which. You know, I can run along and I can, you know, see which one's in each one, but I would just like to have a little a physical thing to say, hey, this is what this thing is. The other idea I had actually was to use display boards, so that at least then I could also see how full it is, which is also a thing that I can add later on. Right, this is fine now. Right, I'm gonna tidy up this bit now, because this can be pulled out down here. Because the only thing that is coming through here is sulfur. Now, at least it should be. If anything fills up, then I need to clear it out. I need to remove this. This can be a little bit interesting. So, I mean, you get the wrong one and you'll have stuff come out a little bit too early. Right. That's fine. Let me clear this out. Yeah, like that. Rather a lot of sulfur. My next point of call will be to start get it into factories. I did also rebuild the entirety of the stone stuff, which I do actually need to go and re-enable now. Well, not I basically rebuilt how this all works. So before it was like going into tunnels and then all that sort of stuff. Now, because I'm using the brass belt funnels, I can specify how much. So when it gets to 32, it's going to kick 32 cobble out onto the belt. So each of these stacks is 32 cobble, which is rather useful. What I've not done is automate this particularly well. So what I first need to do is I need to get up on top of here. There we go. It's actually a lot easier from this direction. Now I need to haul up the container, because containers run out of cobblestone. Then need to drop down here and press these two buttons, and then disable that, and then I should be okay to do, no, bad, I'm on a belt, that. No, it just pulls that forwards. I think I've shown this before, but I've just redone it. So instead of having one belt feeding in, I've now got two. And all these are going to be spitting out cobble to help fill this up. And I've already got, 2,000 cobble in there, which ain't bad. And sure, I could have this system set up in a similar way and drop chutes down or whatever. But this was cooler. All of this is going to be going as well soon, because I'm going to rehome. I'll probably rehome all of this and then rework this so that it's running off an electric motor. Yeah, let's see on that. The electric motors are very nice, and I do like that I'm kind of getting this. It's much more of a combination of mods, which is what I like. I think that's another reason why Britannia may be sort of falling by the wayside for me a bit, because it doesn't have a huge amount of integration with other mods. It's very much, this is a mod on its own. And sure, you can get like the mana flux field, which allows you to use mana to create RF. But as soon as you get a generator, that's it. That's gone. The generator will be able to do far more than that can ever do. So, yeah. I don't know if there's a way of creating, converting RF into mana. I've not done much investigation in that yet, but I don't think there is. This is not creating as much. This is the problem. This reactor, because it's so much bigger, is burning through the fuel a lot faster, which means that, yeah, we're not getting a consistent output. The smaller one, basically I need to rework the fissile fuel creation process, which involves, weirdly, it does actually involve what I'm currently working on, which is the sulfur processing facility. So I want the sulfur at the source, and I'm toying with the idea that at each section of the process of making fissile fuel, it should just be this is now combined. When this is the combination area for this thing, which would be a lot more scalable. I'd be able to build it out a lot easier. But with sulfur, I can never spell sulfur. We need to create sulfuric acid, which is considered a gas. And in order to do that, interesting. So in order to do that, it kind of goes through this whole process. So we need to combine. So down in the processing facility, which we're putting together now, we need to combine sulfur with water in various stages, essentially. So so sulfur dioxide comes from a chemical oxidizer. So that's the first thing we need. After making sure we don't already have one, because all these things are complicated, and if I don't have to build one, I don't want to have to do it. Chemical oxidizers we start off with. So chemical oxidizer is step 1. We also need a sink. Just again, we don't have one, so sink we will need to make. Which means we need terracotta. Actually, no, I was about to say I'm a bit embarrassed about terracotta at the moment, but I'm not, because that was actually one of the things I overhauled with an electric motor. So I've got loads of terracotta now, which is good. Because I need terracotta to make sinks. Seems like a strange thing to use for it, but you know, there you go. We also need some mechanical pipes. We also need something to make water vapour. What's that done in? Ah, yes, the rotary condensator. And we also need this thing. Electrolytic separator, which I have stuff to make a spare, and I need some gas pipes, some pressurized pipes, anything will do, that will do, and some cables, again some of that will do, and also I don't think I've got one in stock, I need a flux point. From the side this time. Right, so the chemical oxidizer is just going to go here for now, and obviously it's put it the wrong way around. And I'm going to borrow these ones because yeah, it's that. So that will go through into here. Put the except it won't, will it? No. We need first. We need to. Is it the enrichment? I think so. I think it goes into the enrichment next. So it does also give me a chance to just grab some chain drives. I think I might have one in stock. Yes, I do. Basic enrichment facility. Oh, factory. Right. Going on back down. Here. Right. So we have our basic factory, enriching factory. And we have our power. Side config. Is it not that? Oh, Right, okay, so it's a crusher that I need. Crushers are a little bit more annoying to make. I need lava buckets. How do I only have 2 buckets? I was just thinking, you know, while I'm here, I may as well make a few of them, but whatever, it's fine. Right, so crusher. It's just a bog standard crusher at the moment, just to get the system put together. Right, so crusher. And a flux point goes on top. Next up, so the sulfur is then going to need to go into the chemical oxidizer, which never goes in the right way around. But yeah, it should be that way. No. Other way around. It's the big one is the... Oh, wait. I need to auto-eject, right? Yeah, auto-eject. Okay, so that will then go here. Meanwhile, in another universe, so that will then go through to a place where it will need water, and it will also need our rotary condenser stuff. So we'll do that for now, and I've got a configurator. And this one for now, and again configurator. Wait, that needs water, and it needs that's yeah. That's why I have an electrolytic this thing. That makes water, and I use the universal cable that I've got. To come over this way, and then drop down on each of these. Hydrogen is dumped for the moment, and oxygen is stored. That's hydrogen. Right, that's oxygen. Okay. That's fine. So that would go on it like that. So sulfur dioxide would go into this one. It's using a chain drive, so that would get there, and then so to make sulfur trioxide, we will need 2 chemical infusers, I believe. Yes. Getting better with this elytra slowly. Thankfully, this isn't actually too expensive. And there's nothing else I need from up here. yet, until I get down and find out that there was something I needed after all. Right, so that goes this way. Gases. Back should be an input. And bottom should be an input. And then front is an output. And we do the same with this. So gases, bottom, and that's that needs to be flipped over there. That's what I was missing. So that should. I mean, the good thing about this is that the sink is. If you ever need a water source for anything, you use a sink. So my new big reactor, my new mechanism reactor, runs off 3 sinks to give it cooling. So sink is good. Right, why is this not going into here? Oh, that's the wrong one. Just thinking that it might be an issue with it going into the back. May not be happy with that. What? Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide needs to go with oxygen. These two are the wrong way around. Of course they are. So we've got oxygen in that one, and we've got sulfur dioxide in. So wait. Water vapor. I thought this was sulfur right. Okay, they are actually the wrong way around. Right. It's a little bit fiddly to fix, annoyingly. This is nice and easy. I can just flip these two around and just get them the right way around there. Flip that over, and that's that. And then this one is as simple as making sure that that's the right way around. It's not. And I can then pull these pipes out, annoyingly. I'm going to do it this way. This side shouldn't be too difficult to fix, actually. Except that's the universal cable, that's not. Right. That should now be doing. Right, okay, it's the side. It does like the side. Okay, hopefully we can. No, because this has oxygen in it. I need to get the oxygen out of it. Getting out. This is awkward. How awkward. Maybe not so much. Hold on. I need a gas tank. Mechanism is very. Some stuff, when you break the machine, it loses everything that's in the machine. Other stuff, you break the machine and it doesn't. So when I was moving the radioactive stuff, it's a case of, if I break this machine, can I move it without it spreading radiation anywhere? Oh no, that doesn't work. But it's a bit of a pain. Oh, it's raining. so I need a gauge dropper in case this doesn't work, and a gas tank. Oh, it's not called a gas tank, is it? It's called a chemical tank. I love the mechanism. It's a great mod. What I don't like is, you know, sometimes the gases are called gases and sometimes they are called chemicals. Right. Let's see if this works. Can I pull it out? No, of course not. Right. In which case I need to use the gauge dropper. Side should be front. Front pigments if you don't slow. Front, yeah, is an output. Good. Yeah, fine. That's now making sulfuric acid. Excellent. Then it just needs that, and then quantum angular porters. These are fun. Right, okay. These things. Right. These are expensive to make, really expensive to make, but worthwhile, in my opinion. I need alloys. Ooh, I am really low on alloys. I'm just going to make some new ones because I can make some. I've got quite a lot of iron coming in, but I need to. I've got some in there actually. There's probably a whole bunch of stuff I need to do. That one is that. Oh, I'm really low on refined obsidian as well, which is a problem because I've not actually got a way of making obsidian. Not really. I can do it with blaze and slime balls. Which I then turn into magma blocks. There's a way of doing it with them. Actually, that's a good point. If I replace that with that. No, because it needed something extra. It needed lava, like pumped into it or something. I don't know. It ended up being an awful lot easier to do it this way around, where I basically just make a magma block, because I've got so much slime and blaze just coming from stone that I can just bring it up here and do that instead. And this can then go into the crusher. I think it was into the crusher. It was into the crusher. No, it was into the enriching factory. This stage will basically replace the need for me to make sulfuric acid down in the pit. That entire section will just be replaced with this new system. Plastic is another thing that I'm going to need to make much more efficiently than the way that I've been doing it already. A lot of upgrades are going to be needed to this place just over time. That can go into there, that goes into there, and we get ourselves our first of many of these. I'm so low on alloys. it's yeah, that's going to become a problem. That's, yeah, no, that is now officially become a problem. Okay. Okay, clear that. The yellow cake will be handled in a sort of a similar way, where instead of being, you know, taken over there or whatever, it will be all arranged. So it'll be, yep, this is yellow cake, now this is being moved, probably through angle porters or some method of doing it. In fact, actually, because I don't need to use angle porters for solid stuff, I can just use an ender chest. Ender chests are a lot easier to make, so probably be doing it that way instead. But right, these can be put away. I also need some osmium. Oh, missed it. Because I'm running out of circuits as well. And so that goes in there, that goes in there, that goes in there. Right. I think we're sort of a little bit more back to normal now, for the most part. Right. So that's the second one. Good. Right, fine. So, this needs to go into here. Set it up. So, frequency is 4. I can actually do it. So, this frequency can it be this? So this would be acid, for example. Yeah, so I can have frequency of acid, which would definitely be better. Right, so frequency of acid, and this can now go over here. Oh god. And I can strip out vast majority, actually, of this section, which is good, because actually quite a lot of this is it's just a mess. It's just messy. The problem with making nuclear fuel is that it is incredibly messy. So that needs to be sulfuric acid coming through here. That doesn't need to exist anymore. It means that I can reclaim some bits, including a sink, which is good. And I can cut that back a bit, and that's off entirely. Right. So out of the so acid, and it's going to be going out of the back. Oh, and eject needs to be on. I mean, it doesn't help that it's already full. Partly because I don't think there's any yellow cake in the system. So I have to be a bit careful there, because yellow cake looks exactly the same as sulfur. But that should now all be working. So, next up will be to improve that system a bit, maybe. Which I could probably do a little. As I've been given a spare chemical oxidizer. Ah, yes. Can I put it through? 'Cause it didn't seem to want to do it before, but it'd be really useful if it can come in at the bottom. Also got a whole load of that. Chemical infuser. That's the one with water vapour in. Gases, input. It's very odd that it won't seem to go in on the bottom. What's that? No, that is definitely going down. We've got water vapour in the system. I mean, what I could do is bring it up this way and this way. And the same with this. So we have it in on the sides. Ultimate. I don't know why they don't connect on the bottom, because it should do, really. Green gases input. It will fit on the back, but not on the bottom. It's very odd. Anyway, so we could actually just neaten that up. If it's not going in on the bottom, then we can just have nothing there. And nothing there. Gases input. Might also need some power. Right, and then why is this a universal cable? So this should now be a lot more scalable. I can build this up, get it all working properly, because I suspect there's going to be a few things where it's just, you know, some stuff is working, some stuff isn't. But this does actually appear to be working at the moment. Right, so we have a lot of sulfuric acid going into the system, which is good. I think I will probably stop here for now, while I continue to hopefully bulk up these systems. Some things are going interestingly, to say the least. It's nice though now that, so I need to put another crusher on there, and probably a crushing factory in here actually. So I'm probably gonna go down to just having these two. So there'll be a crusher there, And yeah, so I think that is basically going to be it for today. Getting a little bit closer to potentially... Wait, why is that stopped? I've run out of something. So I've got water vapour going in. Why is the water vapour not going in? Because that needs to be going in that way. Oh, wait a minute. Gases. That needs to be that. Ah! Is that why that wasn't working then? Can I put it into the bottom? That's sulfur trioxide and water vapour. Sulfur dioxide. And water vapour? No. It's not liking that at all. Okay, it should be orange. Oh wait, the sulfur dioxide. Wait, no, this shouldn't be. But hold on. Water vapour. These two are the wrong way around. Of course they are. There we go. Yep. That's what the problem was all along. So that's set up. That's set up. If I did that, would that make that work? Unsure. Something to experiment with, but yeah, that's getting me loads of sulfuric acid now, which is good. That means that, coming back up here for a moment, each of these chemical dissolution chambers will have an Engler port underneath them, so that these systems will all run all the way down to turn all of this stuff into slurry. The one obviously that I need to do, so I need to do the iron first. Iron is almost completed, because iron is so important in modded Minecraft that you know this barrel full of iron is probably going to last me about half an hour, because it's needed for so many things. It's just needed for everything. So yeah, that's something to consider. So iron will be the first one to be set up, and then uranium, and then probably something weird like gold. Actually, gold I need quite a lot for mechanism. But yeah, so I've laid out each of these that needs to be done, and they'll basically just be done in order of priority. Gold, copper, tin, all that sort of thing. And yeah, and while that's being done, bees will be worked on. Britannia will continue to be ignored for as long as I possibly can. Unfortunately, I'm barreling down towards the point where I'm actually going to need to do some Britannia at some point. But hopefully I can ignore it for a little bit longer. I mean, after all, that roof still needs to be completed. In fact, that tower still needs to be completed. That's something that I can do at some point. Because after all, I did just before the stream, I did just finish off this bridge because it was annoying me that it hadn't been in any way. It was I patched it together with wood and all sorts of things just to make sure that it was reasonably flat. But yeah, it was a bit ugly before, and now it's not. It can still do with a little bit of work, sure, but oh yeah, I do like these. I needed to set these up is like, well, I could just like stick them in a field somewhere, or I could hang them by chains from the ceiling. So yeah, they came out quite well. So yeah, well, that is the Skybase so far. Done a few little bit more bits of mechanism. So with that, I'm going to vacate for now, while I deal with the next stage of fun and games, which will probably be uranium, I expect. Be slowly converting this down into just a series of Engler porters. And tearing out, I've got to tear out the plastic and move the plastic system elsewhere, because it's in the way at the moment. So yeah, yeah, so stuff is going to continue on doing things. So yeah, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.